Do I have another one? I do. I don't know what this image thing is about. Let me see which image this is. Nice, thank you, ChatGPT. So there's these Gravatar icons that I can use. So Gravatar icons, Gravatar avatars. So image requests, yeah. So here you give like a hash, and you can give it this stuff. So I like these robot ones. So if I copy the image address, put it here, right, and then question mark, and then I can say this is the assistant. How to say I? I won't say anything yet because I don't have any messages, but that's fine. So this thing is complaining because of this. Can you just like do that? Can you leave me alone? No, doesn't want to leave me alone. This thing is gonna complain forever. Okay. Leave me out of whatever issues you have with me next. Let's get this thing to work. So I'm sending images in. So now I'm gonna say send message. Yep. The role here is gonna be user, and then I think that's it. So what I'm missing here is input. Wait, before I get to input, let me close this out. Yep, and then here I'll say dot input. And I think this has to be this, and then I have to say text is a z-string. That's required. Is that how it works? Yeah. I'm forgetting how this works. Start input, right? Yeah, it is start input. This is why I like looking at docs sometimes. TRPC input, quick start, procedure, product procedure, router. Yep. Input. It's a function. Oh. It takes a function, not an object. So it says bz.object. So this is gonna return a function when I finish typing it. Yep. And that will give me a public procedure, which now takes that. That works. Input here is any. What am I missing? Yeah. And then and then that should work. And then it creates this message. But not only does it create this message, what I want to do I want to add your message, and then I also want to get the response from ChatGPT saying, my dog's going crazy. Hey, Pop, wanna go? So, what order should I do this in? So I'm gonna get a completion first. So what this will do is, when I send the message in, I will create my message. I just need to create it. I don't need to do anything with it. And then I'll immediately get all the messages afterwards. And then I will call ChatGPT's API for completion here. Models, right? Yep. The role is the role. And the context here is, yep. And so what is your problem now? Your problem is that, I mean, that's literally what this says, no? So it wants me to make sure that the type of your role is either user or assistant, so it doesn't complain at me. And then after it does finishes the completion, I'm gonna say await. I'm gonna create another message. I'm gonna add the data for this one as well. It's not choice. Is it data? It's choice. Completion dot data dot choices. Dot 0 dot message dot content, and then the role is pretty much all as assistant, but I'll get it to you tell me what its role actually is. So I'll get this const the AI message is whatever is returned here, right? So that's the AI's message, whatever the type of this is. So that's gonna either be text. Actually, let me just make sure it's there. So no AI message. What do I want to do? I'll throw in your no message from AI. I don't even know. So AI message here is gonna be dot text. No, it's not. Yeah, dot text. And then the role is gonna be a AI message dot role. I'm gonna close this out, and then this, and then that. Oh shit! I think I need two here. Possibly undefined. If no AI message, actually, it's gonna throw an error, so it won't need to complain about that. It's not that text, it's that content. And content here is a string, right? Yeah, and then this says role, this is a role, and then that's it. Perfect. So, what should happen here is when I send my message in, that gets added to the database. ChatGPT pulls all the messages back out of the database, including the message that I created, sends that to for completion, then it adds, then the completion I get back from ChatGPT, I will put that on, I'll push that back into the database, and then what do I want to do? I just want to say, I'll just return true. Return true. Because what am I going to return here? Do I return the message? I mean, I could. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to just invalidate the query. And just have it pull all the messages back down. Okay, can remove that. So here I can get all messages. I can send a message. That's it. Okay, let's test it out. Because I want to get to the fun part where I start telling ChatGPT how to behave, and I want to see if I can ask questions, and then have it like do or behave the way I want it to. So here I have my send message mutation, and then I'm gonna when this button is clicked, I need to know what message you typed, so I'm probably going to use a form here. Will you complain? You do not. Perfect. And on this form, I'm going to change this button to be a submit button. So type is going to be equal to submit. I mean, sometimes I wonder if this thing really knows what it wants. So okay, and then I'll give this a name. So now I have it set up to do that, and then I can say on submit. I can say handle submit, and now I'm gonna have that here. Say const handle. So this, few things are wrong here. This expects me to send something in with a text. So you're not an async function. This is just a mutate. Yep. say text. It's gonna read the message as a string. No, if I was right. No, wait. And then, I like to do guard statements instead of like if then blocks. That way, if I have multiple things, I don't end up just like pushing all my code in more and more. End up with just like it's not call block hell, but it kind of just like that's the first thing that comes to my head whenever I hear about like it just makes your code the pyramid of death. That's what it's called. So send a message, I'm mutating, and I'm gonna reset. Perfect. Oh my goodness. So now what am I doing? I want to do one more thing. I want when I'm finished here. Is there a query client somewhere? I can do a use query client, right? Const use. How do I invalidate a query or tell a query to refetch? Messages dot refetch.